For me, the only kind of success is happiness. And then people can join me not for what I do, but because why I do things I do. You say, because when is culture. You have been in educational life, so when, and then how? Because you lived in so many countries. In fact, I lived in 7-8 countries in my life. Then you are universal. Say, okay, thank you. And then from since 2000, also my name in Chinese is Li Wenhao.
Welcome to Amazon. I'd like to introduce Tiziano Peccinini, founder and honorary president of Wall Street English, professionally known as Pecci.
Hello.
Okay, Pecci, so why did you write this book?
Well, some years ago I started to give conferences and seminars around the world, and I always structured my seminars, let's say at least 50 or 60% of the time reserved to the session of question and answers. And then after last year I realized that because I've always done the video of my conferences, so I realized that I had answered to over 1,000 questions, and I said, why not write a book about all these questions and answers? That's why I decided to write a book.
Okay, so what is the main content of the book?
Well, you know, all the question of university students above all, but also business people, managers, they ask everything about everything, about career, about their fears, their dreams, their hopes, everything. So the content is about all this. So it's about, if you can summarize in one word, life. Life is everything.
Okay. Please could you explain the meaning behind the title of this book?
Yes, Winning Heart, or translated into Chinese in the heart of winners, winner's heart, because I wanted to express to the readers that in life, in business, you have to have heart. What does it mean to have heart? It's not just with the mind that you decide to do something in life, in business, in friendship, in love, but it's with heart, because it means that you care about people. And if you care about people, you do things with heart and passion, and then success is more likely to come, and above all, happiness.
Okay. How do you define happiness and success?
Well, people tend really to make a confusion between success and happiness. For me, the only kind of success is happiness. Because happiness can include success, but not necessarily success can include happiness. I've met many people in my life, successful, but not happy. So I think happiness comes first.
Okay. What kinds of happiness and success should people enjoy at different stages in their lives?
Well, before answering this question, I would say, how can you be happy in life? I've already said that success is not maybe it's at the end of the road. You can be happy, first of all, if you are healthy.
Right.
Healthy in body, healthy in mind, healthy in spirit. And then to be happy, you have to love what you do, love life, love people, have passion, and then as a consequence, you can also be successful. Well, in fact, if you go back, even if you are younger than me, if you look at your age 10 years ago or 20 years ago, no, you are too young 20 years ago, there are really different stages. I give you an example. I did love to be an operational manager, operational entrepreneur, general manager, president. Then it came a stage in my life that I did like to have a general manager reporting to me as president and doing other things. So also this happens in career and in business. You don't want to do always the same thing. It's like the difference between a senator and a congressman. The congressman is the horse riding, and the senator is the advisor.
Right.
So, and the combination of both, that it gives you the success in a company and in life. Because even in private life, you need some time advice, you know. So, for different age, there are different kind of happiness. And when you are older, you may be happy really serving people.
Thank you. In your book, you mentioned how to build up a team. Can you please share some suggestions and experience about successful team building?
Well, this is really interesting because I've always done things differently, selecting people in my life, in my business. You know, what companies do when they want to hire someone? I think you know very well. They look at your curriculum vitae, your CV, and say if you have technical skills, and say, okay, yeah, you have this experience, I hire you. No, me, I've always done the opposite. I always wanted to see the human being first. I wanted to know deeper the human being, talking about his life, his dreams, what he did in the past, what he wants to do, why he wants to do what. Mm-hmm. And then I explain about myself. And I say, me, I am this kind of person. These are my dream. These are my vision for the company. This is my vision for life. And then people can join me, not for what I do, but because why I do things I do. So they join, the people, they want a dream, and they want to join a dream. So they join a leader when a leader shows that he cares about their journey as his own or her own.
Quite interesting. Everyone will experience different tests and difficulties in their lives. How can we find the power to overcome such obstacles? Or can you tell us some stages in your life where you have had to overcome obstacles or struggles?
Yeah. Well, I think that the number one factor to survive when you have a real big difficulty in life is that you have to believe in yourself until the end. Believe in yourself. Don't care about what is telling around you or people. You have to believe in yourself. And second, never give up. So you want two examples, for instance. Well, over 25 years ago, I lost everything. I lost even my health. Mm-hmm. Then, in 2003, I was in China. This is another situation that it happened. Very, very difficult for the country. Very difficult for everybody. It was the SARS.
Right.
So, and practically many companies closed. I nearly closed my company, but I could survive, of course, through an idea and above all believing in myself. Because if you believe in yourself, you are calm. You keep calm, and then if you are calm and you are not in tension, you can find the way here and here. Right. So this is how I survived from my bankruptcy in 1885 and SARS in 2003. Two big difficult moments in my life. So it's really an example that is
two huge
interesting.
Challenges that you overcame.
Yeah.
Petty, you have given and continue to give many lectures in China and all over the world. What gives you the power and the courage and the strength at this stage in your life?
Well, the power comes, as I was saying before, it comes from health. If you are healthy, really healthy, you keep younger and you have energy. And this is the material factor, the physical factor and mental. Mm-hmm. Then why I do that? Because at my age, even if I'm much younger, remember, but at my age I really love to help young people, young entrepreneurs, young students, because otherwise, think about what is the meaning of life. Think about this question. Mm-hmm. When you have enough money to satisfy your material needs, when you have found love, you have family, you have all what, then what? Then what? What is next? Next is to help people. You know how much satisfaction I have when somebody writes to me back, because I have many feedbacks about my seminar. You changed my life. I improved my life thanks to your seminar. So, and this is gratifying. At my age, I think it makes my life more meaningful.
Yeah, that must be very gratifying. It must be an honor to receive such emails and responses from people. Petty, what do you think is the most important quality at work, and how does it affect success?
Love and passion for what you do. Number one. Then, let me say, you need integrity, honesty, and really what you do that you love, but is also not useful only to you, but also to community. Always I go back, what is in my website, it is serving people. So these are the qualities that you need to be happy and make happiness around you, and make you successful also yourself and your company.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to say to the Chinese reader, since now the book is formally launched in China? What
I discovered in my life, because I come from a very modest family, in the suburbs of a small city, no possibility to have success or happiness, and I discovered at young age, I was lucky, that what can really make you successful in life is education and knowledge. So education and knowledge makes you happy, can make you happy and successful. So my suggestion to my readers, when they will find all the answer, probably, I hope, many answers in this book, but above all, always think, knowledge can give you power. Why I'm healthy? Because I have knowledge how to be healthy. Why I could write this book? Because I have knowledge. Why I could found Wall Street English? Because I have knowledge. And then continue learning until the end of my days.
So the benefit of reading
is this.
You're right. Could you recommend some books that you like?
Well, the first book that I would recommend to Chinese, even if it looks like a bit strange that I say this, but is the Tao Te Ching of Lao Tzu. Because not many, I found, not so many Chinese have read this book. And this book I met when I was 35 in Italy, and since then I took him as my master. So in that book is even better than this. So you really find all answers there. In fact, I learned from that book also how to write this one. And then another book which is about happiness, about freedom, about how to be different in life, how to follow your own path, is Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which has been, by Richard Bach, which has been translated into Chinese. So it's available also to Chinese people. And another book that I really would suggest is The Power of Now, of Eckhart Tolle, which teaches you, tells you how to live the present moment. Because we human beings, we tend to live in the past and in the future.
Right.
So I was so happy now in the past, and then what will happen tomorrow? So we don't learn how to live the present moment, which is the foundation to be happy, but also the foundation for what you will be doing tomorrow. Okay. So these are the three books that I would suggest to the readers.
Thank you. How many books would you read per year? And how do you find time to read, or when do you read every day?
Well, my plan would be to read 1 million per year.
Wow.
No, but because I love reading, of course, because reading is also connected to what I was just saying about knowledge. How do you have knowledge in life? You go to school. If you are lucky, you go to university. Then you learn maybe in a seminar or meeting people, and books. So books are really important for knowledge. So I plan to read a book per month. Sometimes some years I succeed in it, but maybe I don't reach to read. I don't read 12 in a year, but a piece of this, a piece of that, and a piece of that, and then maybe the total is even more than 12.
Okay, I see.
So this is but 1 book per month would be a good plan also for everybody.
Yeah, it's a good target. Have you learned Chinese or Chinese culture?
Well, people think because I'm fond of Lao Tzu, of Tao Te Ching, and then I'm fond of Feng Shui, of Taoism, of Buddhism, even if I'm not Buddhist, but I like the philosophy. They think that I learned all this in China when I came in 2000. No, I met Chinese culture and Chinese traditions and books and history I had found when I was over 30 in Italy. And then I don't know, maybe because when I came to China, a Feng Shui master studied my chart. They said, you know why you knew already when you were because you were Chinese in a previous life.
Yeah.
Maybe because Buddhists, they believe in reincarnation. Me, I said, maybe it's possible, maybe I will. And then he said, your Chinese name your family name was Li. And then he said, your name is Li Wen Hao. So why does it mean? He said, because Wen is culture. You have been in education all life, so when, and then how? Because you lived in so many countries. In fact, I lived in 7-8 countries in my life. Then you are universal. Say, okay, thank you. And then from since 2000, also my name in Chinese is Li Wen Hao.
Mr. Li Wen Hao, would you like to speak some Chinese to our Chinese friends?
This is a bit more difficult, but I will try, okay, if they forgive me with my pronunciation. So let's say to all Chinese watchers in this moment, let's say, Ni Men Hao, and then Ni Men Hao Ma, Wa Hen Hao. And then what can I say? I can say, Xie Xie Da Ja. And then the last I would say, let me think, Hao Yu, Hao Yun. So, Hao Yun. Bye bye.